Hey, Randy Miller, Roche Realty Group, GraniteStateLand.com. Today, I'm out on a property in Franklin, New Hampshire, kind of close to the hillside of Franklin. It's a 45-acre parcel. There is access directly off the main road here. There's power right at the street, as you can kind of see behind me. I'm going to kind of walk onto the property, and we'll just go take a look around. So right off the bat here, we're kind of right off the main road over here. So we are, right off 3A. And again, there's power, utilities, everything's right here on this side of the road. There's a little pathway here. Looks like there's some few trees down, whatever. We had some late storms that took out a few trees and laid a few down. But all in all, it's a pretty passable trail if you have an ATV or side by side. You can kind of make your way up through the lot, and this trail actually goes through the entire property and out to a power line easement that is on private property. So I don't know what the rules are back there. I haven't looked deep enough into it, but something you can look into. This trail goes back there. I don't know if that was done by permission or maybe it's in a status of current use that allows for public access. But anyway, something to kind of think about. But I'm going to walk through this trail here, kind of take you through it. It goes, like I said, back. It kind of hugs the front of the property here. So there's the main road. As it goes up the hill, sort of. Anyway, so the trail winds through, and it's not too steep at all. In fact, I can't think of any spot on it that's really steep. But anyway, as I see things, I'll point them out. As you can see, the forest here is very mature. There's not a lot of undergrowth at all. So it's fairly easy to navigate, even off trail. There are several spots where you can kind of go off trail, even on an ATV or something. You could probably get around fairly well. Something narrow probably. But so as you come up the trail, there's this little open area here. And I'm going to kind of go and explore this. I didn't look around over here last time I was out, so let's see what we can find. So this is pretty cool here. It's a pretty big piece of ledge here sticking up out of the ground. Now, as you can see, the lot's not very bony. There's not a lot of stone out here, but this is really interesting. And there are a few rock walls throughout the property, so, the history probably dates back to farming. As they had, a lot of times they'd use rock walls to separate fields and things. But anyway, kind of a neat feature. That's really a big rock. And again, right now I'm heading towards the stream, actually, towards the south boundary of the property. I just wanted to kind of take a look at that before I headed up the rest of the trail. But anyway, another big mound here. A lot of cool little features in here. But again, a testament to the maturity of the canopy here. There's not a lot of underbrush. So again, it's, I'm not on any kind of a trail. I'm just literally walking through the woods here. So pretty cool. Awesome. I'm going to head down. This slopes down a little bit. I'm going to head down here. I think this is where the stream cuts through the property. Let's take a look at that. Okay, so I did find the stream. It's not flowing very well right now. We haven't had a good rain probably in a few good weeks. So I'm imagining when it's wet, especially when there's a lot of runoff, this thing's probably moving pretty good. There is water trickling through here. I'm going to try to get over to it, but it's not super fast. On the map, I noticed that it's fed from a couple of ponds up above it, and you can kind of see it trickling through here. It's spread out pretty good. a few different spots, but so the yeah, it's a little bit low right now, but that's, again, we haven't had a lot of rain. This last year it was running pretty good through here. I bet with the all the rain we had last year, it was pretty astonishing, but this year it seems to be pretty low. But it is, like I said, it's still moving. It's just moving real slow. This is the side on the map. You'll notice there's kind of some, not real steep, but steep, grade. It all comes together towards a hill. And I think that's kind of what we're walking up to right now. It's pretty cool. I'm back on that other trail. So this one I did not mark on the map because I didn't know about it. But this one's pretty cool. It takes us up, I think, up to this hill. And this is like the high point of the property. And, based on the neighbor building pretty far back here, probably a little bit deeper even than where we're at right now. And he's up on a hill. And when you get back to the power line easements, you can really, you have a tremendous view. So I'm imagining that if you did some cutting, it's pretty ambitious to build this high, but it can be done. And you'd have some stellar views up here and a lot of space around you. But yeah, what a cool place. Really love this. So again, I'm still kind of heading back towards the rear boundary of the property. You can see, quite a few trees that have, that last snowstorm we had before the end of the year was pretty brutal. It took a few trees out in my neighborhood. And wow. Okay, check this out. I almost didn't see this. The trees were kind of guarding it. This is super cool. There is a giant rock wall. Now that must be the high point of the whole property up here. How cool is this? Holy smokes. I gotta get back a little deeper. So this is really spectacular. Wow. Now this has to be close to 50 feet tall from where I am up to that top, that rockway up there. That's wild. Oh, how cool is this? Now, if I wasn't alone, I'd probably try to climb it. As long as there was someone to call 911 when I fall on my butt. But I'm going to take the long way. And just so they don't have to come search and rescue me out here. So climbed up that thing. You can see I'm a little sweaty. It was a little steep for a moment. It was really cool. Got up on top and then I looked over and hold on a second. There's a whole other one. It just keeps going. And this one goes way up. I'm trying to get a good angle where I can zoom in. I think it's going to be over here. Yeah. So that's way up there some more. Anyway, I guess I'll keep climbing. Okay, so I actually drifted off the property a little bit, circling around these big hills here. The hills are on the property, but when I swung around the back side, I was just looking for kind of an easier way up. I had inadvertently crossed the boundary, so I'm just kind of walking back up to the property here. So anyway, so just meandering up through the woods. Woo! Okay, so back on the property. I was only about 20 or 30 yards off the property line. So the top of the hill is just over here. I'm going to kind of walk this way around the back side of this just to kind of get a sense of the slope leading up to this mound from this direction because there is a pathway, as I said, that comes from the other side. So if you wanted to get up here, you know, via driveway or just a trail or whatever, this is probably the easier side, is coming around the back side of the hill towards the north boundary, and then off of that trail that's on the north boundary that goes all along the north boundary. It's relatively level when I'm walking in now. Slight downhill slope, like very slight. You know, got some pretty big rocks up here, pieces of ledge just sticking out. But the interesting thing is that aside from that, it's not a very bony lot. There's some rocks through here and there, but nothing real major, which I find interesting. Wow. Okay. That is a really big pile of bear scat. So you'll notice I talk loud when I'm walking through the woods. That's one of the very specific reasons why, because I'm hoping to scare anything that can hear me away. Most bears and animals in general, they don't really want to confront people. So anyway, long story short, I talk loud when I'm going through the woods for that reason. Well, I kind of drifted to the left again towards the back western boundary of the property. That's where the power line easement goes through back there. And so I've readjusted. I'm heading back again towards the north boundary. Again, it's relatively level through here in this part of the property. And I suspect I'm going to be going downhill at some point because it slopes that direction. So we shall see. But another good sized rock outcropping here. Again, we're kind of circling around that high point, which, you know, from the other side, as I showed you there with the very steep cliffs. Okay, so this is really interesting. So now that I'm down here, so we came from up there, and I've kind of come down across the property towards the north boundary, and here we are at the other trail. And so that way heads back to the road, and I'm going to take us a little farther this way to get back towards where that power line easement was. And so this is really kind of cool. So that trail, it's hard to see from this trail, but maybe I'll mark it so people can find it and take a look at it. And it takes you right up to the, like I said, the high point. It's not too severe of a slope. It's actually pretty manageable. And, you know, if you wanted, like I said, build a driveway up there so you could build a house up high up on that hill for the views. Again, it wouldn't be a cheap driveway, but it would be doable. Kind of cool. So anyway, as I'm exploring back here, I was out here the other day. You know, it's pretty peaceful out here. There is another home when you get back. Actually, I may be past it. It might be back that way. I think we passed it where that point is, but somebody had built back on their property, and you can almost see the house. It's a little opening in the trees that you can kind of see, and you know, so it's not far-fetched to say you know to build back this far. And again, when you control all the trees downhill, you can take out what you need to get the view, and it's pretty cool. So this is the other area of the property where there is sort of a stream that cuts through. This one seems a little bit more seasonal than the one up front. This one, it kind of cuts right through the property, and it's not really marked by any map. I kind of drew it in on my map just because I knew about where it was, but you know, just runoff. But you can see it's still a little wet through here. But ooh, look at this. That is a pretty, well, boy, is it hard to see. That looks like a bear track right there for sure. I don't know if you can see it. And then I don't see, well, it's kind of another one right here. That definitely is a bear track. And that one, however, looks like a moose track. But the other one, it's hard to say. I'm positive this is a bear track, but I could be wrong. Could be a moose track that just kind of got a little pushed out, fanned out a little bit. This is, again, I'll just reiterate, it's 45 acres. It's in current use. It's technically in the town of Franklin, although it's probably closer to Hill. It's on 3A power and pretty much every utility right at the road. Obviously it's septic and well out here. Soils look really good, depending on the spot on the map. It's a lot of wildlife. You're not too far from a snowmobile trail. Lots of hiking trails throughout the property. Very mature forest. A good mixture of hard and soft woods. Just overall, it's a pretty lovely lot. It's got some flat spots, got some very steep parts. Lots of fun features. Be a really, really great property for someone looking for, maybe to build a private estate or someplace to play, build a cabin or a house, or just hunt it, or horseback riding, ATVing, I don't know. Sky's the limit. Really great property. If you're interested, give me a call. Love to talk to you about it. And have an awesome day. Thanks for watching.